What is up, honeys? It's KingBritneyChanel, and I'm back with yet another video. So, Saweetie and Quavo, high earner goals. If you're interested in this video and the type of videos that I put on my channel, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Hit your notification bell so that you're notified every time I release a new video. And let's get started. I hope y'all enjoy.
I already know it's your girl, Britney Chanel.
Alright, you all. So I wanted to talk to you all about Saweetie and Quavo, the situation where it was a scuffle between the two, darling. If you have not seen TMZ, they have the video up where it went down in the elevator, darling. The question that I have for you all is Saweetie and Quavo high earner goals, and I'm going to get into that because we've been talking about people that have the high value doctrine like Kevin Samuels, or just relationship type goal stuff like Derek Jackson. We've been talking about all of that stuff on the channel, so I wanted to give you an example of things I've been thinking about with this particular situation. And I also might do a Card Chronicles video where we expand upon the subject, okay? So basically, if you didn't know, like, Saweetie is a female rapper. Quavo is, a part of the Migos. He also had his little solo thing going on, also male rapper. Two very, what the world would say, successful rappers or people from the world's perspective. Basically, they're both high earning individuals, okay? The two had a scuffle. I'm using, y'all know I'm using lingo because YouTube be tripping. They had a scuffle in the elevator where on the video you could see Saweetie kind of like swatting at Quavo, and she has this orange luggage, and they're calling it on TMZ like a Call of Duty luggage case or whatever like that. And she's swatting at him, and you can see him like trying to get the luggage back from her, and he bumps her to the ground, okay? Bumps her to the ground, not checking on her. He's just making sure that luggage is okay. Like, y'all need to go look at it for yourself, okay? Get into it, look it up for yourself. But he's holding on to that luggage for dear life, okay? And she's on the ground. It's like a boop. She has been bopped to the ground. Doesn't check on her. Man kind of, elevator opens again. Man kind of looks and doesn't get on. And they're saying that supposedly this could have happened like at Saweetie's apartment that she was renting. Also, they're kind of like putting it out there that he could have repoed a car he gifted her and stuff like that. But he's saying that he didn't repo it. But I'm saying all of this stuff to say, you have these men that are relationship gurus or dating coaches that they constantly push, or even the delusional women that always talk about they want a six-figure man or a high earner, or they want the high earner type of man, and they don't really realize what comes with that a lot of the time. Prime example, when you deal with a man that, this is not all men, but we're talking about a certain type of man, so please don't be that man in the comments. Ooh, child. So anywho, when you're dealing with a certain type of man, like typically money and fame causes inflation of ego. That's just what happens. If a person is a moral person, that's why I tell you, when you're looking for a high value person, they need to have morals, okay? You're not going to get a man to treat you correctly, and these fantasies of a man that's a rich man that's just going to take you away and spoil you and all this other stuff and just be good to you. All that is good. You could find that type of man if he's moral, okay? Because just because a person is a high earner doesn't make him a good man or a good significant other. And clearly with this Quavo and Saweetie thing, we're seeing that. It was all kind of like rumors of cheating and stuff like that. I think like she went on, she got interviewed, and I guess they broke up or whatever, and she kind of talked about how, you know, a man cheated on her, which I think she was hinting at Quavo. But she started talking about how it's just not worth it to be with a man just because he is buying you gifts and money. Like, just to sum it up, what she was saying on the interview that she did with her ex-boyfriend on the podcast with her ex-boyfriend that I heard. Basically, she just was saying, like, it's not worth it just to be, like, you getting all these gifts, but he's cheating. And typically, a lot of those high earners type of individuals that sling money at you, like money ain't a thing type of time, the ego is huge. So it's like, why be faithful to this one person when I could have them all? Like, I could just buy what I want, basically. And then when they give you these gifts, they use the gifts to manipulate you, to kind of like keep you into subjection, or you can't confront me about my cheating because I'm buying, basically like they own you. So the more that they give, that's why they kind of mentioned the repo thing. Like, I'm gonna just take back all my gifts and stuff like that. Where else have we seen that? We've also seen that with the Chantel Jackson, what's her name, that was with Floyd. That was with Floyd Mayweather at that point in time, where she left. She was like, I don't want to be a part of, you know, some girl, you know, collection type of time that you got going on, and you not being faithful. And that's just, money is not the only happiness, is what I'm trying to say. Like, even Abba Yah in the scripture, he wishes that you prosper, even as your soul prospers. So when you're looking to date an individual and you're looking for like goals for that, you would be looking for an individual that is going to be concerned about his moral compass and mindset. Because when your mindset is wrong, everything is wrong. If a man is corrupt in his mind, everything is bad. Like I told y'all in the last video, a bad tree cannot bear good fruit, right? So even take this for an example, right? With this whole Quavo and Saweetie situation. These type of the high earner type of men, like we talking about entertainers. Let's talk about entertainers because they're high earner, or just even the high earner men that may not be attractive physically, but once they get money, they start to kind of like feel like they could buy whatever they want. So they go and get these women who are like the insta baddie type of women, and they're like a, you know, everything is snatched or Barbie doll type of time. And then the ego part of them gets upset when they're like, okay, I should be able to cheat, creep, and all this stuff. And in this situation with the Quavo and Saweetie, like, you probably hurt because she's like, I'm like, if I look like this, why do I have to just put up with you? Like, I could go and get somebody, I could cash in on these looks, I could go get with somebody. Now, you know, I done got clouded up from this situation. I done gained popularity from this situation. I can go and do other things now. And that sort of thing kind of crushes a man's ego. That's why they want all the gifts back. Like, Miss Jackson, how she ran off on the plug, baby, on the Floyd situation and all that other stuff. So, typically these guys are upset that they buy these women with material gifts, okay? They want the top of the line looking woman as far as aesthetic, when they're not top of the line as far as look wise, but their money adds those extra things to cause attraction, because typically women are attracted to men based on providership. Men are attracted, you know, I mean, there's some women that they're not really, you know, vain or into that stuff, but most women want providership. They want to be provided for, taken care of. It is what it is, okay? Any of these dating coaches trying to tell you that don't matter, providership, and you don't have to be the richest man in the world but you're gonna have to be like a protector, provider. You're gonna have to do prime example. A woman learns how a man is supposed to treat her from her father, right? So if you dealing with a woman, let's say, I'm gonna take myself for example. Abba Yah provides for me. He, that's why the Torah says, the husband is supposed to love his wife like Hamashiach loves the church, or that sort of thing, right? So you look at those things as manly examples or moral examples of what a man is supposed to do. A man is supposed to protect the bet, which is the house. So women typically look for protection, providership, all of that good stuff. They learn that from the father, okay? So if you're not trying to live up to those manly standards and you want to listen to these dating coaches tell you that, oh, it's okay, it's just the women that's the problem, then that's you, okay? Or if you one of those women that you just think that you could come to the table with looks and nothing more to offer and just men are the problem, that's going to be on you, baby. That's going to be on you. But back to what I was saying, y'all. These are the type of things that you deal with that, like when people just are getting you to focus on materialistic stuff like high earner, like you're solely focused on how much money. Because providership is not just how much money a person makes. Like, do not get that twisted or think that that's what I'm trying to say either. Like, when you have these people that solely want to focus on that 6-figure range or a high earner, like, basically, women just need to realize you're going to be one of many. Like, look at the Floyd Mayweather situation. Like, one of many, all them girls that he has. Even with the baby mama Melissa, like I'm sure she want a man and she want to be happy and she would love a relationship that's loving, but if she want that money to keep rolling in, she can't go and do that. So that's what I mean. Like men with money want to basically run it. No Chris Brown. They want to run it. They want to throw their money around, like, throw their weight around, and that's why you kind of see this whole dynamic, and that's what I feel about the Quavo and Saweetie situation. Like, young guy, money, high earner, and probably like he could do whatever he wants. Like that money brings that type of attitude. If I could buy whatever I want, the moral compass then begins to go down with people. Like they think they could treat people any type of way. But women, they solely like a lot of women fantasize about that. I want this type of man. But they're not realizing what comes with that. When a person has access to be like, I'm going to buy all of this, and this. And it just, I feel like, what's the word I want to use? Even if they have bad, like, habits, money just will have that just personified. Like, they'll be into heavier stuff. And then, too, like I said, that moral compass will go down. Like, imagine if you just had that much money, people typically would be into some bugged out stuff. But that's why the Torah also says the love of money is the root of all, evil and stuff. Like, because if that's your focus, then you are not focusing on the things that are going to bring you wholeness. Which, number one, Yah is going to bring you wholeness. Number two, a person that's moral, because they're going to be concerned about your wellness spiritually, like the mental aspect, your health. They're going to be worried about like being a good father to your children, being a good husband. They're going to be worried about those particular things. They're not just going to be like, oh yeah, I cheated again for the 100th time, here's a Bentley, like, or oh yeah, you'll be all right, like, because it's basically like and I think Saweetie was talking about it on that podcast that she did with her ex. Like, I guess old boy probably was cheating and he just was buying expensive gifts. But I think also she made I think it was a quote where she said, don't quote me on this, but she was basically said, like, it's, basically selling your soul is not just one type of way. Like, that could be a form of you, chipping away at your wellness and your soul, because you're just allowing a person to just do immoral things to you, and traumatize you, and you just stay around for the gifts and the stuff. Eventually it's gonna get old, and you know they're gonna bounce. And then you have the men who get hurt from that, thinking that the women was just supposed to put up with that when they on the high earner type of time. Then they want to attract, and then too, the people that trip me out is also on the woman side of it. You want to attract these high earner type of man with the insta baddie type of vibe, and you using all forms of seducing to do it, right? So you making yourself look like an insta baddie, like a Barbie. You are basically, you can see all your skin and all the rest of that stuff. So you have attracted that man immorally, and then now you're expecting him to just shut his eyes off and not look at the rest of the women that are coming with the same thing you came with. I don't understand it. So I don't understand when women say this, or they find a man in an immoral type of place like the club or something like that, and they're expecting that man to just somehow just totally hit the switch, which it can happen, but that takes time. Or you know, if y'all want to hit the switch on a person, it'll happen real quick. But I'm saying, like, every situation is different. So that's, you know, stuff to keep in mind. I just really feel like people need to kind of reevaluate what they feel like. Should high earner men be a goal, or, you know, high earner goals? Do you feel like Saweetie Quavo high earner goals? Like, is that still your goal in 2020? Leave it in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, on the whole high earner concept. Leave it in the comment section below, and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.